Win after win after win after win, and we still have nowhere to go. But that's it. That's our story. But we're not staying quiet anymore.
There's two different sports going on, and it's the same gender but the same sport. They're gonna watch the guys because the game will be more intense and all that kind of stuff.
I don't really know. I think some people think that males are better than females, right? And so it just draws more fans, and I guess it's better for marketing, saying like you'll be watching better sport, like better competition in that way.
It used to just be a thing for the men. So they created all of these things, and then when women started doing sports, people didn't really know what to do. For men, it's like, hey, there's the NHL, there's the MLB, there's the NFL, like all these different things. And the women, I think all we have really is the Scotties for curling and maybe the Olympics, that's it. There's nothing else.
Can you tell us about a time that you were told you're not as good as a male at a certain sport?
In almost every sport, you hear that, especially if you hear that. In curling, you hear you can't sweep as hard as a guy, you can't put enough weight on the broom as a guy can. In volleyball, it's, oh, you can't jump as high as a guy. Soccer, oh, you can't kick as far as a guy.
We've put a lot of emphasis into working out and becoming stronger, and I think Team Jennifer Jones really helped in that, making the women's game a lot stronger.
Like, if you have a female coach, do you think that they're giving in more to prove that females are better in sport?
It honestly really depends on the coach. Some coaches have more experience than others. It doesn't matter if you're male or female.
I don't know. I feel like females coaches sometimes are maybe a little bit more sensitive than male coaches. It's just kind of how women are. I've had a lot of great male coaches as well and great women coaches, so I can't really say that they treat you differently. I don't know. I do notice that women are more sensitive, though, for sure.
Like I said, every coach is different. Some talk to you as an equal, some talk down to you. The ones who talk down to you, you just gotta learn to listen to it, and if it gets to a certain point where they're just doing it to talk down to you, then that's when you have to realize that you need to stand up for yourself. Humber really supports their women's teams a lot, which I find is great. They support more teams than most, but that's just how it is. That's how most schools are. We have lots of varsity sports, and actually, it's our women's varsity sports that are the top teams. This year that just passed, actually last week, our women's basketball team won the OCAA provincial title. 2 weeks ago, our women's volleyball team won the OCAA provincial title. So both of them are going off to nationals in a couple of weeks.
So when you hear the phrase, you're not as good as a male, how does that make you feel?
Kind of sad. Also makes me really mad because I know that I am better than some people, than most people in my sports sometimes. So it just depends on the person. Nobody ever used to think that women could do sports.
More and more articles now, like I guess with the soccer players and how the males were getting paid more than soccer players, and I guess it's kind of becoming more known. I don't know exactly what came of that, but at least people are kind of starting to stand up for it, and I think that's something that just needs to be done more. I think people need to kind of have their voice heard and make it known that like it's not fair that women don't have the same things as males do.
Honestly, I feel like some more things need to be said about it. Women don't speak up as much as they should. I feel like, I don't know, we should just stand up or even just create something. Like a lot of women in sport are becoming so big now. Why not just create something for your sport? Come up with it yourself, bring the idea to someone and see if they'll make it. That's how everything was created. Sure, a guy brought it to those people. So what would happen if a woman did it instead?